Let's see if this is working. Mute. It's amazing how you can have a channel and you guys know what shadow banning is, and you're shadow banned from your own channel. Meaning, if I'm logged into my account and I'm live. I hope I'm live right now, and doesn't even show up. I just typed in the comment section. I don't want to be talking to myself, so. Oh shit. #23, guys. Wednesday, hump day. Let me know if I'm 5x5, guys. There's breaking news in Florida. At least 5 dead after gunman barricades himself in Florida bank. Is this today? Yeah. Half hour ago, this article came out. At least 5 people are dead after a gunman opened fire Wednesday afternoon at a SunTrust bank in Sebring, Florida. Sebring, Florida. I think that's central. Yeah, it's central Florida. Larry, Tammy, hey, 1978. Roger. You guys hear about that shooting in Florida? There's been a lot of shootings in Florida. There's one statistic that I've known for a very, very long time is Florida is the #1 state in the country where law enforcement gets shot and killed. But it just seems like I don't want to go down that rabbit hole in this video, but with the FFs and I don't want to get started with that, but this was at a bank, guys. 5 people shot. He's 21 years old. What happened a couple days ago? Again, I'm not saying, it's a horrible situation. 5 people lost their lives today at a bank. All right, moving on. Tammy, yeah, 5 killed. And the gunman was taken into custody, allegedly. Let's see. Have you guys heard about Pelosi and Trump? How Trump wanted to give his State of the Union address, and then Madam Secretary, she wrote him a letter denying access. But he's allowed to speak anywhere. He doesn't have to speak at the House. So she could deny him. He could go to any venue this article's New York Times. I don't typically go here. President Trump said he will look for a alternative venue for a State of the Union address on Tuesday, appearing to after Speaker Nancy Pelosi again told him she would not invite him to deliver it at the House until the government reopens. When's the government going to reopen? What do you guys think about with the government shutdown? I mean, as of now, how it stands, I mean, there's nothing on the horizon. How How much longer do you think this will go on for? Scott Thomas, God bless you. God bless you. Living off the grid. And look, guys, I have family members that this government shutdown is affecting, right? I'm a human, you're human. Just like when you see the children at the wall, you can't go with your heart. We can't have open borders. Period. Open borders, no country. Because there's what 1,000 in Tijuana, 2,000 and growing. This fifth caravan, but let's just call it 2,000 people. We have 20,000, or excuse me, 20 million illegals currently in this country. So why, out of America's 5% of the world, 5%. So why should we be good Americans and take in these, just call it 1,000 people, 2,000 people in total? If that's the policy, there's no more America. I mean, you know how many? I don't know. It just drives me nuts that people go with their, it's sad seeing kids there. But you cannot go on emotion. You have to go by the law. And if you want a country, Scott Thomas, no Fox or CNN. And it's sad, out of all mainstream news, if I do watch Fox, here and there, but, at the end of the day, they are a corporation. But I could give you each news agency, and Fox is at the top as far as lies, information, truth. They're still at the top, but they are a major news agency. So that's that. Like, for instance, I refer to 9/11 a lot because it's been so long, and a lot of people became awake from that. Obviously, I mean, never would have thought in a million years that I would be saying this. I agreed with the narrative 100%. I was young, but I was in high school when 9/11 happened, and once you become fully awake and you realize what the reality, right? I love that word, reality. Who knows what reality really is, but when a large scale like that could take place, and the people who are supposed to keep you safe fail, that's an issue. But 9/11 definitely woke a lot of people up. So "1978 says keep it shut down." Yeah, like I said, I have family members who are being affected right now. Some are liberal, some are conservative. Of course, the liberal ones, it's horrible for anybody, even if you are a liberal. But the conservative ones actually realize, Nancy doesn't want to talk. There will never be a deal if you're not willing to talk. They act like children. Go in there and talk. Even if you walk out the door without a deal, you could at least say that you went in and spoke, right? They don't even care. They don't give a shit about you. I don't know everybody's political view. They don't give a shit about you. Lee says Muslims are invading other countries. When is it going to? Lee, 100%. 100%. America is the last. We're the last. And you know, I love my country, but not my deep state. I support POTUS 100%, obviously. Tammy says, I watch Fox a lot. Yeah, Fox. The good thing about Fox is, like, Tucker, he's good, but, Sean Hannity and POTUS, they're really good friends in real life. So, Sean has a lot of guests and good information, but you guys have to understand they're still a corporation. Scott Thomas says, no, bro. I don't have a TV, just have goats. Oh, you're so lucky. That's like my dream. I'm not in the city right now, but I'm still too close to where I want to be. Let's see. All right, guys, what do you guys think about Ruth? Remember a couple days ago, Fox aired. I actually witnessed that. It was the 21st. Fox and Friends. 1933 to 2009. Wonder Woman, how are you? Some people, again, Fox is huge. So, are they just getting, I don't know. That's just weird to me. It's just, I mean, it's like having somebody on, speed dial back in the day. Like, why would they have that, whatever you want to call it, meme, Supreme Court Justice, 1933 to 2019. Pretty weird. I agree, Lee. I agree. I feel that, again, with the DS and everything, they could be holding that hostage, right? So now POTUS starts getting his way or something. Like, and again, I really don't like to speculate or give, again, my whole life I went by evidence, but the DS could hold that. And then when he's about to do something, all of a sudden, oh, she passed, and nobody, we don't know what the hell at these funerals, who's in there. All I have to say is at George H.W. Bush, it was very, very light. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't know if anybody ever carried a casket, but even caskets, they're heavy. And but it was very, very light. That's all I'm going to say. Ruth and Gitmo, Florence says, I don't know. I just feel, I don't know what type of cancer she had, but I feel she's probably no longer with us in this dimension. But Lee says, since December, and again, guys, a lot of people are saying that's why Nancy is postponing the State of the Union, right? That's why she's refusing Trump to speak. Not just because she doesn't like him, but because there's going to be an empty seat there, right? There's going to be an empty seat. As soon as it starts, camera guys, zoom in, empty seat. Big question mark. We'll have to wait and see. Use it for advantage. Timing is 100% Lee. No name ad, quote, cancer. Yeah. I just find it very, again, I don't know. Um, Politics, they're disgusting. I don't care if you're on the left or the right. But I always say the Democratic Party is not your grandfather's party. So I'm a conservative. I grew up a Republican, but I see, red rhinos, and I see how the Democrats are. They're all scumbags with the deep state. Not all, but mostly politicians. They're pieces of shit. They're not for the people. Most, not all. I see how Lindsey Graham acts. He was really good friends with a lot of Democrats and No Name, and he had a change of he changed his demeanor very quick during No Name's funeral. Actually, Vicky, she had pancreatic and lung cancer. That's horrible. That's horrible. I just wish they, again, I'm speculating because I don't know. But for Fox to show that, I mean, again, Fox could have just, I don't know. It's weird to me. Out of the whole news, they're like the number one in mainstream news, and to make that'll take 3 seconds to put her name with a date. So why would they have it just saved, like sitting there? It's odd, but oh well. They'd do anything to keep President Trump from nominating another Supreme Court judge. And that's the truth. Truth outta. Julia, how are you? Evan Mars, howdy partner. So, guys, off the coast of, you know how Delaware is shaped like a L, and then Maryland is behind it, comes down to Cape Charles. There has been I've never posted a video on this. I made a video, but just kind of like holding it to wait to, God forbid if anything happened. But there has been an aircraft carrier sitting 20 nautical miles off the coast of Virginia Beach. A U.S. aircraft carrier posted. And today it swapped out with a submarine. And as right now live, you could go on marinetraffic.com, and there's a U.S. submarine that took the position of the aircraft carrier. Again, it's about 20 nautical miles from Virginia Beach. Anybody here know Greg Rubin or? I know I can't go live on my main channel. I'm in YouTube jail. It's a 90-day. It's 90 days. I'm used to it. It's all right though. I think she's on life support. She can keep her. Yeah, very odd. Who said that? Aaron Morris. Very odd, because today, again, they switched. They had an aircraft carrier there for a week, and they switched out with a submarine from earlier this morning, and it's still in the same position. And there's like 3 truther channels that did a report on this about, it's fiction. I just want to make this clear. It's fiction. How Nancy left and a UK deep state submarine came in, and I don't even like talking about it, but did its thing and took out 1 and 2. especially after Donna Brazil's, tweets over the past couple of days, which are highly disturbing. Madam Secretary today, and then President Pelosi, like, that's very disturbing. Why would he even say that? It's one thing if she was going to run or something, but that's highly disturbing. C. Russ, what's up, dude? No cake for CEO and president of YouTube. Wonder Woman, we should demand proof of life. We should, I don't think they should be in there for life. She's falling asleep. She's either on, some type of narcotics or alcohol. I don't judge anybody, but, if you're in there for life and you're passing out, that's an issue. I follow Greg. I read a thread on a spectacle on his info. Correct. Yeah, it's fiction. It's but a couple of YouTubers did, they took it and ran with it. And, again, it's very disturbing. I feel financial collapse, guys. Financial collapse. How about Venezuela? 3 hours ago, Venezuela president tells U.S. diplomats they have 72 hours to leave the country as he breaks ties in row with Donald Trump. And again, guys, this is my backup channel. On my main channel, I've been following the whole Venezuela thing for about a year now. I probably have about 15 videos out on this, maybe more. Summer of 2018, they were talking about, when I say they, our administration, they were speaking about taking some type of action in Venezuela. But the way it is now, definitely, if something does happen, it will definitely be a FF. You have thousands and thousands of people in the street. God forbid, I don't want anybody to get hurt, any good person to get hurt. Something happens. Now you blame Maduro, and then justifies U.S. war. To reference MLK in the tweet was even more disturbing. Correct. And then C-Russ, after that, she tweeted two presidents that were shot. Very disturbing. Scott Thomas, I'm a drunk and we know when we see one. Nancy loves the bourbon. Oh, 100%, brother Scott. 100%. She is an alcoholic. 100% about that. Power to the people. Venezuela, guys, that's our backyard. That's our backyard. I could throw a rock and hit Venezuela. It's not like the Middle East. You have China and Russia. Two superpowers that are involved down there for multiple reasons. Always follow the money, but with space. And then earlier, Putin, he mentioned something to Israel. Pretty much, he put a halt on the bombing of Syria because Israel, they do what they want, and or they do what they have to, I guess. I'm on the fence, but yeah, the first time the U.S. is out, and Putin made it clear. and Iran too. How do you guys feel about Iran? Meaning, do you think over the next 2 years, do you think America will be at war with Iran? Everybody watching. 1978 FF in Venezuela gets the Russians involved. And guys, or 1978, I'm sure you're aware that Russian, um, they're actually going to have a military base in Venezuela. Aaron Mars, I've seen a few reports, Russian tanks based in Mexico. Correct, correct. I've seen that as well, but uh, Russia doesn't want none of America. Listen, I tell it how it is. Everyone, you don't have to agree with me, but if it's speculation on my part, I'll tell you versus fact. Putin is a thug. Putin is a thug. Ex KGB. But we know Putin. We know his moves. We know his actions. China is enemy number one. China, the way they treat their own people. I mean, you could be found in China, and by 2020, this surveillance system is going to be in the whole entire country. They have a social credit score. They're on the dark side of the moon. China, not Russia, Russia, Russia. You got to watch them both, but again, Putin is a known thug, and we know that. It's very easy to read Putin and Russia, but China, they're just kind of there, but they're really stepping up. For the first time, they have a base in Pakistan, and they have a base in Pakistan, and they're working on a base in Venezuela because they gave Maduro money, and they know he won't be able to pay back for it in the contract. If you can't pay for it, they're going to have a base. So, and speaking of like allies, France and Germany, they just signed a new treaty on cooperation. Macron and Merkel. Macron, he got in just like Obama. Like nobody knew what the hell what he was about. But he's a globalist. He's a globalist. We need China, guys. And China needs America. But at the same time, there will be a line drawn in the sand. What they're doing in the South China Sea, they just threatened to sink 2 of our aircraft carriers. Again, China needs us, and we need China. But, 1978, China is more likely to do an EMP, in my opinion. They own too much property in the U.S., 100%. Guys, if you guys, this is all open source. Anyone could find this for yourself. Chinese hackers, even the Russian ones probably, they're already tied into our power grid. So if something, China doesn't like something that we're doing, they could make it lights out. And this is U.S. government, not me, not coming from myself. Look it up. But again, China, they need us. Aaron Mars. Macron is married to high school teacher. Is he? Interesting. It's funny how much remember when Macron, he was like in love with Trump in the very beginning. Um, what was it, like the G8 summit or something? How he was over here, Trump was in the front row, and he like worked his way to the front row. It's not, they're not friends anymore. Even the French people, they've had enough. There's protest guys all over the world. I mean, unlike we've ever seen before. Each country, we're dealing with their own shit. But the people, something happened for people to wake up. Seriously, over the past 2-3 years, there's been a great awakening, not just here in America, but around the world. India, a couple people said, look it up yourself. 200 million protesters. That's basically 2/3 of America. 200 million protested. I mean, I haven't seen any crazy pictures, but if you Google it, there's page after page after page. So it's not just one source saying 200 million. But Vicky, have you done any research on the ghost cities in China? Yes, I did. Correct. And it's very interesting to me with the ghost cities. I have a couple of theories on that. But the ghost cities they're huge. They're huge. No one living there yet. I just feel, the elites, they have a plan for everything. So, I mean, even like natural disasters, which I don't typically get into on this channel, but the earth, it's breaking apart, and a major part of Africa is breaking apart. We're seeing record numbers of earthquakes. Again, I'm on the East Coast. We don't typically get earthquakes. We just had one southeast of Ocean City, Maryland, last week. Crazy times, but Scott Thomas, hi subs. I'm not as weak as you, Scott. We're all on. It's we the people, Scott. I'm not here. I don't bash in any of my videos. I don't bash any channels. There are some channels out there that bash other channels. It's up to you, the people. If you like somebody, if you like their content. But the whole reason why I have a platform is to come together. I actually tell you guys to, to explore as much truthers as you can. As far as my background, check out my Patreon page. Tells a little bit about, a little bit about my background. Everybody's on a different level. People say, what does awake mean? What's your opinion, guys, about the government shutdown? What if that was you? I'm open-minded. What if that was you? You have a family. Scott Thomas. Government is way too big. I'm glad people, Americans, people around the world, but America comes first. That's my homeland. I'm glad people are waking up now, but yeah, it's pretty late. Scott Thomas, correct? some of my bio, correct, Scott? Like the whole TSA thing again. Don't shoot the messenger. I believe she may be a subscriber. She contacted me. Allegedly, she worked for the TSA after I did a video about them. But I mean, no, I guarantee you, in this chat room, nobody believes the narrative of September 11th. But that's why the TSA was created. So do away with the TSA. That doesn't mean just let anybody on the plane, but do away with TSA. You're either getting, listen, to fly, you're either getting you're either getting molested to fly. Doesn't matter age, sex, creed, wheelchair, molested, or you're going through a radiation machine. And I find that disgusting. Disgusting. I mean, YouTube it. There's a woman with breast milk, and just like cops. I'll be the first person to throw a cop under a bus if they're a piece of shit. But at the same time, just if you have one bad experience with a cop, you can't blame all cops. Just like I love my country. Everything, probably 90% of my clothes, they have a flag on it. But I'm not justifying the deep state. I love my country, but not the deep state. So, okay, yeah, you can say this cop is an asshole. This cop shouldn't be on the street. How did this individual get a job? But at the same time, you have these cops every single day. They go out on the street, and especially, I worked in a large city, and it's different than war. When you're in war, it's always on. But as a cop, you do every township, every state's different. You could do an 8-hour shift or a 12-hour shift, and you could work a 12-hour shift and see multiple murders, drug dealers shooting, little kids by accident over territory, and then you're supposed to shut that off and come right home to a family. So being a cop, especially today, it's sad, but door kicker. Keep it shut down. Got to feel the pain. Got to be civil war. I don't want civil war, but I know where you're coming from. Mike Lee Hollywood. Glad you're all back up and running. Miss these folks. What's up, Mike Lee Hollywood? Getting there. Still have a couple tweaks. Scott Thomas. I've been arrested. A lot of cops. And guys, since we're on the whole cop thing, like, I could never be a cop who will just give ticket after ticket after ticket after ticket for 2C stuff, a license plate out, and being a cop, you have a lot of discretion. I could pull you over and because of alcohol, and I don't want to. You have a lot of discretion as being a police officer, and the whole reason why I just followed my father. I enjoy helping people. It's never about tickets, and that's why I chose a large city and not the suburbs. Door kicker. I don't want it either. Can't. I know. I just pray that everybody, hey Twilight, how are you? I just hope everybody's ready for the worst. I'm not saying something's going to happen at this time, but what if the lights go out right this second? Do you have food? Do you know how to start a fire? We're all in different locations. 2 days ago, it was 7, not 7. That was the actual temperature here. Today we got up to like the 40s. Do you guys know how to? And I don't want to like scare people. Like, you should be a prepper, but I guarantee you, if you drive a vehicle, you have a spare tire. So being prepared, that's not a bad thing. Non-perishables. I mean, you could get LED lights. I have them everywhere for like pennies on the dollar, and they last forever. Nicholas Griff, good cops stop bad cops. I agree. Good cops. Just being a cop is tough in America these days. And there again, there's different types of policing. Highway, state trooper, suburban, a city. I mean, I couldn't go to work every day and give tickets to civilians for license plate lights out. In New Jersey, you have to have 2 lights, and if one is out, where you could still read the full license plate, the way the law is, you're allowed to get pulled over and citation. Like, that's not me. That's not me. Scott Thomas was checked 3 times. Cops are about him change. Wow. And unfortunately, police, they do have a bad rep in these days, especially with social media. There were some channels out there just attacking police officers, and just like how we had the MAGA kids waiting for the bus to come, and you get half the story with the MAGA hats. Before I comment on any other video, including a death of if a police officer had to take lethal action, I wait 48 hours. I get the facts. I just don't go by John Doe his 30 seconds of videotape that missed whatever happened to that officers, and it looks like it's the officer who was doing the beating or the shooting. No, punk. Tickets give warning. And again, I'm not speaking for all police officers, but here in New Jersey, again, I could pull you over for doing 100 miles per hour. In Georgia, you could go to jail for that. In Georgia, you could go to jail for doing that. In New Jersey, I could give you a seatbelt ticket, or I could let you go. So you don't have to love cops. A lot of them are assholes, but you got to understand the job. If you don't understand the job that they do, or if you don't have a loved one, or especially in these cities, guys, it's rough. Coming home to your family, seriously, after seeing a 3-year-old shot, a little 3-year-old black child trying to ride their bike in front of their house because they live in a ghetto and they're poor, over territorial drug dispute, and then now you got to come home at the end of your shift like everything's okay and turn that off. Yeah, they do it every single day. Some people deal better with it than others. Julia, thank you, Julia, for his service and your service, because I always say it's a family service. Thank you for your service. Wonder Woman 38, very nice. 38s. They're if you guys want a mug, guys, this is, I'm just covering up something here. These are mugs, guys. There's only a limited number at this time. I'm like 6'5", 235-ish, 240. So if you want a mug, this is another mug. Coffee, tea, alcohol, whatever your beverage of choice is. Email me, realitynotfiction96@gmail.com. Putting it in the comment section. I'm working on some other things, guys, but I have a limited number of if you're American and you love the Constitution, but send me a email, guys, if you're interested. The whole thing with the Second Amendment too, you know, just by having a firearm doesn't mean you have to shoot somebody. So as a cop, when you respond to a call, you know, you may have your weapon out. Some people have flashlights on there, some people don't. And guys, every county by county, state by state, I mean, you'll be shocked if I told you the laws in New Jersey. New Jersey is one of the worst states for the Constitution. Rocco, my wife just retired from law enforcement because criminals have more rights than she did. God bless you. God bless you, Rocco. And God bless your wife. It's a family thing. Like I always say, if somebody serves, I don't care, home or abroad, the whole family serves. It's a family thing. And God bless, you know, Rocco and your wife. And Rocco hit the nail on the head. Rocco says, my wife just retired from law enforcement because criminals have more rights than she did. And I have nothing to add to that, Rocco. You hit the nail on the head. New Jersey is a sanctuary state now. In 5 years, we are going to look worse than California. In 5 years. You know, there's Needle City. Because New Jersey is the size of Israel, give or take. And now we're a sanctuary, not city, a sanctuary state. And in New Jersey, you can't carry unless you're law enforcement or ex-law enforcement. So we have a new piece of shit in office that took in January, and drives me nuts. Miss Liberty, how are you? I'm not giving legal advice over the internet, but if you could open carry or conceal. Just my opinion. There's plenty of people who open carry every single day, and that's their thing. But why do you want to be a target? Like, if you're, listen guys, when I opened this video today, 5 dead after gunmen at a bank, right? So now you're at a bank, you're not focused, you know, you're not thinking like a cop, you just have a gun on your hip. So now you're in line with your whatever, no one does checks anymore, but now you're in line, you know, focus on what you're focusing. Somebody comes running in that door, they look down, you have a gun on your hip. You're the first target. Conceal. just my theory or just my opinion on open versus, again, a lot of states are open, but I don't want anyone to know what I'm capable of. Tyler says, does anyone to pay attention to tragic loss of 50,000 Americans at Paradise, Cali? I know RFB. Be careful, buddy. Be careful, Tyler. RFB. You guys probably, or Tyler, a plain and simple truth. I agree with his channel, and I feel he's a good person. But the other individual that you mentioned, just be careful. That's all I'm saying about that. $50,000. Again, I was never a firefighter, but I've been to many different house fires and structure fires. I mean, if you're awake, you see a whole town, a whole, what, 100 houses burnt. I'm just giving an example. 100 houses that are burnt down to the ground, but yet the wooden trees still standing. And again, Sheila, have to conceal. Yes, ma'am. 100%. Again, I don't want anyone to know what I'm capable of. Tyler says 50,000 Americans were incinerated in Paradise, California, and did it. Tyler, this is my backup channel. On my main channel, I did probably like 5 videos on the California wildfires. One of them kind of took off. Again, I was never a firefighter, and I made that clear in the video, but I've been to many, many fires, and I took people, experts in fires. I'm not an expert with fire, and this being the first. You guys are in a drought in California, or you guys are underwater now, but like, it's not normal to see a whole entire neighborhood halfway burnt down, and like 5 houses, not even the siding touched. That's odd to me. There's a lot of, again, this is not a conspiracy channel, but there are a lot of conspiracies out there about Paradise, California. I'm sure you guys probably heard of, what's the YouTube channel, Edge of Wonder, and others, that Paradise, they were taken advantage of for a certain reason. You guys can look it up yourself. Twilight. Deborah Gervais. She's amazing. I've been a sub for her for years. She's very good. She's a patriot to mankind, not just America. She's awesome. Deborah Gervais tells the truth about Paradise and many. Correct. Sheila, I'm a nurse going into bad places. I never wanted anyone to know. I'm a nurse going into bad places. I never want anyone to know. Okay, Sheila. At first I didn't understand, but bad places as locations, I'm assuming. Correct. You don't want anyone to know. I don't care what you have on you. Go by your state and local laws. A knife, pepper, mace, pepper spray. I don't care whatever your local and state. I'm not giving any advice here. Scott Thomas, that video of garage burning opened my eyes. How about the trees? So, the handful of trees that were on fire. from like the Inside Out. Yeah, guess who? Shit doesn't add up. You could say that again. Michael E. Hollywood hit the nail on the head. My dad can carry on airplanes. Actually, was going to be a air marshal. I told you Michael E. Hollywood before. Went out to eat. He's retired now. He had a smaller bag. Correct. Yeah, like what? Like with anything, you know. I mean, trust me. I worked in the ghetto for a while, and I'm young, but I've been around, and people who prey on other people, um, the eyes, you know, your eyes tell a lot about a person, and being easy, like an easy target. I don't care if you're by yourself and there's 6 other people. Trust me, the eyes tell a lot about a person. And again, some people love open carry. You know, I live in a shitty state. I live in a very shitty state. Well, I, shit, shitty with politics, but I like my location. You know, close to the beach, close to the woods. But it's the politicians. Correct, Twilight. Smart meters. Allegedly, you know, they could have lit up the whole place with smart meters. So many people don't even know about smart meters. It's a two-way system. No one comes to your house to look at, you know, how much energy you used. So, like, if the grid goes down, America has, you know, 3 grids: West Coast, East Coast, and Texas. If the grid goes down in a certain location, and also when I say West Coast and East Coast, it goes up into Canada. Um, Wonder Woman, the eyes are the window. I mean, just from a personal experience, like even with dealing with bad people, you know, if you're a criminal, you know, criminals, they don't want to get shot. They're either on drugs or they want to, you know, an old person or a person who, you know, a simple target. We're not talking about the military. They want a simple target. So trust me, the eyes say a lot about the person. Like taking no shit off somebody. Like I don't care how many, but Wonder Woman, look at the mass murders, eyes empty dark. Wonder Woman, I know. All I have to say, guys, about the Paradise Fire, um, I never, you know, I've never visited Paradise, but pulling up on radar, there were 5 give or take 5 houses that were not touched. If I lived out there, or if I had the money to fly 5,000 miles across the country, I would find out who these 5 houses belonged to. Were they people who, you know, maybe, you know, did they not agree with the smart meter? Were they people of power? But seriously, a whole neighborhood burnt down, 5, 6 houses not touched. I would be on that like shit, like flies on shit. Rocker says we have legals that stand on the corner for work and charge one out gay. The police only start at $17 an hour. Rocker says the police only start at 17 hour. After that they pay. Well, being a police officer, you can make 30,000 a year, or you can make. My dad was 6 digits. My father never went to college. My dad served in the Marine Corps, and he climbed rank, and he was in 6 digits as a police officer. But pretty much starting off nationwide, but it's getting your feet wet, and if that's what you really want to do, because health insurance, a pension, and then before you know it, a couple years goes by, and you're the senior patrolman, topped out. If you don't want to climb rank. Tyler says the Plain and Simple Truth channel knows why those houses were not burned. Really? The houses that I mentioned, like the 5 or 6 that were not touched. I haven't looked into the fires in months. Rocker, 21 years, and she retired. Leo, only 22 an hour. Being the Leo, it's all about location. Location. Again, I always wanted to be a trooper, but troopers, your highway patrol, that's not me. I don't want to go to accident after accident after accident. But and now even in law enforcement, there's a couple of agencies near my location right now where you need a bachelor's degree. They will hire you without any college, and you have 8 years on their dollar to get a bachelor's degree. 8 years. It's all about location, and to be a police officer, to be a Leo, it should be not a spur of the moment type of thing. It should be, definitely go with the heart. Just like a nurse, a doctor, How do you guys feel about RFB, that channel, RFB? RFB's channel. Tyler says he has drone footage. He will tell you who owns each house. Thank you, Tyler. I will definitely check that out, because from day one when I first saw the houses standing, I was like, who the hell owns these houses? Again, because 5 houses out of 100 were not touched. I trust the plain and simple truth. All right, Scott. Thank you. Appreciate it. Twilight. Yes. Later, Scott. Thank you. Appreciate it, brother. See you next time. Tyler, if you really want a job where you make cash daily, you can work for a flexible schedule and earn a decent wage. listen, in 2019, it's tough. We're all different ages here, but like, it's tough. You know, college is not for everybody, but you need college if you want, you know, certain jobs. Where, like I said, you know, my father, he was a military policeman at the Pentagon, and he was, you know, he's doing pretty good. I did security my whole life, Tyler. I've I did some private investigating work in my super younger days. Out of high school, I started being a bouncer. I just like helping people. You think of a bouncer, you think of like a juice head or something. I was in charge of hiring, so like, and if you're on this channel, I'm a very humble person. That's not me. Um, I just like helping people, period. And I don't like people taking advantage of other people. I don't bash anybody on my channels. You could ask me about a channel and I'll give you something, but how many channels, listen guys, or Twilight, how many channels were taken down off of YouTube? Some channels had 400,000. I know one that was almost at 500,000. To get in touch with YouTube, you pretty much had to go to their center. Everything's, you know, everything's computerized with YouTube. Or you have to have like 1 million or 500,000 subscribers to speak to somebody. Well, there's 2 channels that got deleted and put back up was that guy. I don't judge anybody. We all make mistakes. I don't care if you have a record. You could change your life. You could have went to God, whatever. I don't judge anybody. But if you take a channel down and all you do is drive and talk to other people, talk to your subscribers, that's all I'm saying. And I'm going to end it with that. I don't bash other channels, but it's odd to me. There were, again, people with a lot more subscribers. How did you get your channel back on? But look at my bio. You guys know all about me. Do a criminal background check on me. And yeah, BP Earthwatch, 100%. What, a country guy who did weather, a little bit of politics, 350,000 subscribers. Got the boot. That's odd to me. I just want everyone to, don't be fooled. I'm not here to say watch this person, watch this person. I'm here to come together as a community. But, that's odd to me, guys. If all you do is drive around and after being deleted, you got your channel back when other Patriots. I mean, I'm going to end it there with that one. But thank you. Tyler says, caloric crunches. And guys, like Tyler was just mentioned, 45,000. To some people, 45,000 is a dream. To some people, 45,000 is a stepping stone. Money's not everything. It's all about what you want in life. And trust me, I've spoken to a lot of people. When you're on your deathbed, it's not about that Maserati. It's not about that Lamborghini. It's not about that 500 or 600,000 square house. Don't get me wrong; they're nice. You know, live comfortable, and that's me. Some people, you know, they want to live in a $400,000 house, and I don't. That's fine. Guess who? Guess who? RFB. That shit doesn't matter in the end. 100%, brother. Mike Lee Hollywood, you're risking your life. Period. Life is short. Life is. I lost my mother. She was 48 years old, perfectly healthy prior to getting cancer, and she had a bucket list. She had a bucket list, and till this day, I mean, life is short. That's why, like, being awake, you can't just like, oh my god, the deep state. Oh my god, I can't sleep tonight. Like, do your thing, guys. Do your thing. Be smart, be educated, and help others. And, you know, at the right time, you know, trying to be nice here. Trust me, if something happens, what matters is personal relationships. Correct. And some, you know, some people, they don't want to get married. Like, like Trump, before becoming president, he gets like 4 hours a night, 4 hours sleep a night, becoming POTUS. Now he became POTUS. He sleeps like 4 hours a night. Like, here's a guy who is a billionaire who could, you know, sleep all day, do whatever the hell he wants, but that's not him, and that's not how I am. Be prepared and live your life. Correct. You're not leaving Earth until God says so. 100%, Sheila. How many stories have you guys heard of people crossing over? They drowned, they got in a car accident, they did this, they did that, drug overdose, and they crossed over. And what's up, kid? And they saw the other side, whatever you want to call it. And they, you know, every single case that I've witnessed, every book that I read, nobody wanted to come back. But these entities said it's not your time yet. So, again, we probably all believe in different things, but how can you not believe in a higher power? We had to come from somewhere, even if it wasn't from apes, like we're told. You got to believe in entities. I have a full... talk about that later. Mike Lee Hollywood. I agree with that 100%. All first responders. 80% of firefighters are volunteer. 80% of firefighters are volunteer in America. My town, volunteer. Sometimes there's a fire and like 3 towns over we'll get a rig come over because nobody was in town because they were working their normal job. That's disgusting to me. Even teaching, some people say teaching, you know, you get the low end of the stick, but, you know, I know some teachers who are making, just like with police, you know, It's all about location. Location, and you know, if you're willing to work overtime, 6 figures is super easy being a Leo without college or limited college. I've met JT, Miss Liberty Rants. Believe in something, and I mean, again, I don't care if you believe in a blue elephant, Buddha, Allah. You know, seriously, you got to believe in something. Where do we come from? Even if you don't, you know. Twilight, we don't even know about our oceans. Everybody's looking up. Meanwhile, the ETs, they're right next to you. They're in your house, and everybody has a different name: tomato, entity, fallen angel, a demon, etc. Listen, guys, if I came from an ape, why are there still apes on Earth? Somebody answer me that question. If I came from an ape. Gotcha, Tyler. Thank you. I met him on the golf course too. He comes in New Jersey a lot. Guys, I made a video. I was out today in the woods. I didn't upload it, but I have so much footage of, like I said, tomato, right? Of entities. My own footage, right? My own footage. I'm not saying I got this off the internet. My own footage that I took of orbs, of triangle craft. Some are, yes, you know, are they America? 100%. But at the same time, are they from a different dimension? 100%. Just my belief. I'm going to start uploading some videos. I have so much footage. So much footage. Tyler says, I believe in Jesus Christ Almighty and am protected by his armor of blood. Amen, brother. Likely I would. I don't like bananas at all. I guess through evolution, the monkey stopped liking bananas. That's why I'm open-minded. Because, you know, there's no book that's 100%. There's experiences. Yeah, I have books up here. Doctors, all different, you know, people who crossed over. But is there a guy in the cloud, like real talk, is there a guy in the clouds wearing a robe and a beard sitting up there watching me right this second? I believe in God 100%, but it's all about money, guys, and these Catholic churches, and I don't go to church anymore. It's been years, but I'm going to start pumping out. I'll put out some footage of these. Again, I don't know what the hell they are. Call them what, you know, you can name them whatever the hell you want. Entities that I've captured on film. Clear as day. Tyler, you have an amazing outlook in your carriage, many including me. Thank you, buddy. just be open-minded, man. It's a mad world out there, but at the same time, we're here for a very short period of time. And you know, if you're in love, you know how, dude. I lost buddy. I had buddies who bit the barrel over love, right? That's how powerful love is. I saw my dad, who was with my mother since grade school, lose his only woman that he ever loved. So we're here again, the whole Matrix thing, and you know, you are a god. Each and every person listening to this, you are your own god. If you're a negative person, you know, I'm not trying to be negative, you'll never go anywhere. If you're positive, just be positive with everything. Day by day, guys. Seriously. Like, there's so much shit going, like, there can be a blackout any minute, financial collapse, war with Venezuela, this and that. Like, just be positive. Be informed, but be positive. Help others. Trust me. When you do good things, you feel good. When you do bad, trust me, you feel bad. And that's my rant about life. I mean, YouTube it. YouTube it. How many people that crossed over? YouTube it. I mean, nobody wanted to come back. You know, they said that's how beautiful it is. Again, I don't go to church. I don't feel I have to go to church and give my money to child molesters. Again, that's not blaming the whole church. But I'm, you know, again, that's pretty private stuff. But I believe in a higher power 100%. And when I'm going to start showing videos, probably starting tomorrow. I'll put one out of these entities. Entities. I don't know what the hell they are, guys. I wish I did. You know, you could tell me. You know, I have no idea what they are. Sheila, amen to that. Amen. I like cheesecake. Dogs, man. Dogs. Do you guys know Elizabeth April? Type 1 if you ever heard of Elizabeth April. Because I've never done a podcast with anybody. She might be my first. All right, we have Tyler, Miss Liv. You guys know Elizabeth April? Some people yay, some people nay. Guys, being a psychic and a medium, two different entities. All right? Some people, if you're into, you know, a Bible, I'm not a Bible thumper. I believe in God 100%, a creator. My neighbor, Bible, she's a Bible thumper. How do you guys feel about Elizabeth April? Or about, since we're on that topic, not just about her, but about, you know, entities. Tyler, never heard of that one. I'm talking about Elizabeth April. She's like 3 years younger than myself. Born and raised in Canada. Now lives in. She's a medium. See what I mean? High Sands. It's demonic talking to spirits. This is where I'm getting at. People who are into the Bible including including my mother, who she had at her house. She had a psychic party one time, and after the psychic party, no joke, and things started happening. So, it's very taboo situation. But right now, guys, this is the extra phone. If I was to show you right now my own footage today, a time lapse of clear as day of something, not a bird, not a plane, not a helicopter. I took it. So it's a very taboo situation when you start talking about, you know, psychics versus, again, they're two different entities. Psychic versus a medium. Some people call them demonic. Some people call them phone angels, spirit guides. Again, when you lose somebody that you really love, you go down that rabbit hole hard, right? So I've done my homework. I've read my books. I've watched my documentaries, and I still don't know, but I'm on the right path. And I could feel something, it's all about energy. Nikola Tesla, right? I can feel if it's not if I'm not getting the right vibe off of something or someone, and I could feel if I'm getting the right vibe off somebody or something. So I just wanted to know what you guys. Her name's, yeah. Again, guys, and again, that doesn't mean I agree with everything she says, but Elizabeth April. I've never I've never did a chat with anybody. She's been around for years. She was on a couple. She was on TV a couple times. Her YouTube channel. She's at like, I think 12,000 subscribers. But and that's why, guys, like, everybody listening now, we're on a different level of awakeness. So like, I just wouldn't want to bring somebody in who is, up here, and religion is the root of all evil. And I don't want to speak for her. She's a woman. She could speak for herself. But I follow her, and I speak to her on a regular basis, and she wants to do a live chat with me. But I can't just have her on, doing my content with politics, and then having somebody who like Elizabeth April. Righteousness. I'm 32. Elizabeth April, I believe she's 26, 27. Again, guys, she has a couple books out. For some reason, her following on YouTube is not that big, but she's willing to come on, and I just say be open-minded. Like, listen to everybody. And then after you listen to somebody, if that's not you, that's not you. Like, don't have blinders up, because nobody knows. Every single person listening at one time, trust me, you'll meet the man upstairs. But, be open-minded. And if you feel a connection with her, you do. If you don't, you don't. That's very simple. I'm not saying, I'm not this channel is not a cult. Twilight, it's funny. My mother used to watch her. I haven't watched her in about 5 years. I don't watch television, but I've never been to I've never had a one-on-one with somebody. I think she will be my first guest, especially on this channel, Reality Not Fiction 2. Because I'm all about being open-minded. Again, guys, I don't know what the hell we came from, but there's entities out there, I'm telling you, and I'm gonna, over the next couple of days, I'll post a couple videos of my own. I've been holding on to these for some of them for years. I've never shared with anybody. Of entities. Again, are they good? Are they bad? I don't know. I'm not here to blow smoke up your ass. But I can tell you this: when I encounter certain entities, I feel good. I feel good. Man, we went way off subject, but I'm being real. Seriously, if you're being deceived by, somebody, we've all, at a workplace, it could be a one-on-one live chat, or not a one-on-one, it could be an open chat like this. If you think somebody is, a snake, or whatever you want to call it, you'll feel if they're bullshit. Yeah, Lee, 100%. Correct. And, I enjoy Elizabeth April. Again, I don't agree with everything she says, but, it would be an honor to have her as a first guest on my channel. And, again, we're all different. And if a couple people could relate, and some people maybe get a little bit out of it, some people might not, that's fine. That's fine. That's all about being awake. Every single day, guys, I learn new things. Every day in my life. When I wake up, I thank God. And, I have some autoimmune diseases. And I just try to be positive and do the right thing. And look out for my fellow Patriots. And I love my country. I don't want anybody to be deceived. But at the same time, that doesn't mean I do a live chat and start saying, watch this person, watch this person. That's not me. I'm here to come together, not to Kid says, this is your channel. We are here for the ride. Thanks, kid. I appreciate that. But you know what I mean. On my main channel, I just don't want to be like hardcore, not hard, whatever you want to call it, politics, and then have like a medium one. Because it's about the viewer. Like over the past probably 20 minutes, how we've been having this chat, like, it's about that. It 100%. But like every Wednesday, I believe, yeah, every Wednesday she does, or every Wednesday? No, every Monday she does a live chat. She's in California now. And 2 days ago, I listened to her podcast, and if you mention the A word, guys, listen, guys, if you mention the A word, people might look at you like a nut. Like a nut. But at the same time, all right, you don't believe in the A word? Could you explain this? What's this object? What's this orb? What are these orbs? This is me. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about myself. Frog, what's up, brother? I'm talking about myself. So again, like I said, if I had her as a guest, she would be my very first guest. And some of you may connect, even when she has a chat, when she does every Monday, um, you know, we'll see what happens. I just wanted to see how many of you are aware of Elizabeth April, and how many of you guys are open-minded to religion. I know it's very taboo. God forbid you say anything about Jesus Christ, right? And guys, like, you know, I wish I could show you a film, a time lapse, and I wish I could say, oh, these are blah 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 blah. I don't know what they are. I know there's something. Again, it's not like it's one thing like a bird or a plane. You will see birds and planes in the video. My own footage. I'm not talking about her channel. Like, these are entities that are on my footage. Lee, I don't care. And that, hey, we all have our own belief system. I'm not here to you know, ask each one, like, what do you believe in? Do you, oh, you believe in that? Get out of here. I don't have any moderators on my channel. I don't have any, you know, we're all different, guys. But trust me, when something connects, this is real talk. Hi, Sands. I don't know her. I was just about Jesus. Everyone entitled. Correct. Correct. Hi, Sands. And believing in Jesus like I do, what does that mean? Like, if you hear something, like walk down the steps, or if you have paranormal activity, are they demons? Are they loved ones? Are they both? You know, like, this is a side of me that I never really spoke to on my channel, because, like I said, I have years of footage I've never shared with anybody. Miss Liberty Rants, you're awesome, Andrew. Taking the time to answer us all. I love you. You guys are awesome. Each and every one of you. That's why I started this channel. I'm demonetized, guys. Some channels only answer a question if they, you know, get $1, whatever. I'm here for every single one of you guys. I just want us, you know. We're not a cult. We're not a religion. You guys are your own, you know, we're all adults here, so. Life is too short to fight everyone's idea. Correct. Yeah, like, all right, kid, perfect. What? Yeah. How many? I don't even know off the top of my head. How many different religions are there currently in the world that we live in? Oh my God. I would have never guessed this. It does hurt, Miss Liberty Rants. And it's more than one. It's two. Thank you for asking. I just Googled it, guys. 4,200 religions, according to some estimates. There are roughly 4,200 religions in the world. In the world. Why is my God better than your God? Period. I believe in God. 4,200 religions. So if you're not open-minded to somebody who again, guys, it's different if I say I connect to the other side, but I'm not that person. Elizabeth is. It's up to you if you want to follow her. But again, some people relate and some people don't. Some people might be 50-50. You know, she's I'm not ignorant to anybody. I don't care what the topic is. It could sound so taboo or so off the wall. You know, I'm at the point in my life, I'm very open-minded and I respect everything and everybody. And yeah, I typed in Google. How many religions are there in Google? 4,200. According to some estimates, there are roughly 4,200 religions in the world, out of which Christianity is the world's largest religion, followed by Islam. 4,200. I would have never guessed that if I. And that's just what Google's telling us. That's not what a person. You know, I respect her, Elizabeth. 4,200. But we came from apes. Oh, man. No, Mike Lee Hollywood. Not fixed. The penicillin, that works wonders, but the surgery has not been completed. Womp womp. Scott Thomas says religion leading cause of war. Correct. My sister, you guys know my you know, I'm a conservative. My sister, she I don't know how much personal information I'm going to give out there. Twilight, I think my mom came to see me as a beautiful butterfly. And that's the thing, guys. Animals. I don't know where you guys live, you know, what type of animals you have, but the human eyes suck, right? Our eyes suck. That's why cameras, devices, they pick up the entities. Your dog might be sleeping on the bed with you at 3 o'clock in the morning. You're like, what the hell is, you know? I've never gotten this deep, but I'm open-minded, guys. You know, disagree with me, that, you know, that's fine. You know, you may agree with me, you know, a little bit, but 4,200 religions according to Google right now. So, and again, I don't want to bring in somebody to force you to maybe to change your mind, or to, you know, when it becomes that deep with, you know, death and all that bullshit, aliens, you know, you got to be, you know, that's powerful. Michael Hollywood. This is a good crowd. All you guys are great. I miss my other chat room. We had right before I got booted, we had 400 people watching. But it's all right. You guys want to end it with anything? Press 1. I just want to know where, you don't have to press 1. If you believe in, again, entities, good, bad, fallen angels, and again, if that's against your, you know, you don't have to. I just want to see where you guys are at. It's a kid, correct. You're not sheeple. I just don't want to bring in. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you guys are, you know, you guys are not sheep. Like, what's like, seriously, what's one interview? If you relate, you relate. Even if it was a podcast. If tonight's podcast was Donald Trump only, you guys might disagree with me 100%, and then the next podcast you might agree with me. But religion, like that's deep. Seriously, like even Elizabeth, like she just does it. She's very serious with it, and you really have to be open minded. She just doesn't want to come in and you guys are awesome. Chuck, Frog, Abigail, Lee, Mike Lee Highwood, Lynn. One sec. He left. How many of you guys have pets? No, doggy time. I'm a big dog guy. I used to rescue dogs where I used to work, and how many of you guys have pets? Dogs. Pig, horse, goat, chickens, a bat. I don't live on a farm. What state are you in, Scott? 2 dogs, 3 cats. If you guys want to, if you guys believe in, again, guys, I don't know the right answer, right? If you guys believe in, just being open-minded, again, guys, I have years worth of footage that I've never shared with anybody. Some of the footage I've shared with family members, but I've never made anything public of entities. So I don't know. I think Elizabeth, what's one chat? Even if, some of you guys, just say 50% of you, 30% of you guys, if you guys relate. Again, this is not a cult. I'm not telling you, like, she knows everything. Or I know nobody knows everything besides the man upstairs. Arizona is a good state, Scott. I want to actually get out of Jersey. I've always liked Texas, but Arizona is a good state. I don't have any kids. Kid. The only kids I have are doggies, and they're like my kids. My dogs come first. All right, guys. I'll definitely have her on then. I've never done a chat with anybody else. Changing topics real quick, guys. China is horrible. Organ harvesting. Want some fluoride in the water, right? And like I said, guys, after having her on, she might, again, I don't know you guys. I've never met not one person on my to be honest with you. It was kind of weird. I met one person. I was in the woods, working my way to the woods, and I met a couple who said they knew me from Facebook, or excuse me, I don't have a Facebook, from YouTube. It's kind of weird, but I mean, but I'm out there, and I'm public, obviously. So Wyoming, woo. Mike Lee Hollywood, thank you. Julia, we're just talking about how do you feel about, you guys already answered, but Julia just came back, like I just googled this for you guys, like just so you guys get it, there's 4,200 religions on earth. So I just wanted to see where you guys were, like spiritually. There's a woman. Her name's Elizabeth April. You go check out her YouTube channel. She's like she's a medium, and she wants, she's willing to do a live chat with me. I've never did a live chat with anybody. But my channel is mostly politics, so like I just don't want to bring in somebody that's spiritual. But this channel, my main channel is mostly what it is. This channel is going to be a little bit of a mixture of things, I think. Don't listen to who? $1,700 people. Jesus. We'll see what happens over the next couple of days, or next few weeks. I'm out of people. All right, guess who? Thank you. Speaking of the woods, you guys see that I don't know if you guys have Netflix. It's called Birdhouse. That was my first movie last night watching. It's called Birdhouse. It's on Netflix. Just because so many people on YouTube were talking about it. It's like 2.5 hours long. I watched it. birdhouse. I'm sorry, bird box, not birdhouse. Bird box. Bird Box. It came out in 2018. It's an American post-apocalyptic horror. It's a horror film, but in the in the movie they don't show any like entity during the whole movie. So the conspiracy on YouTube is that it's 5G related, but don't waste your time with it. I will, kid. I will. Guys, before I leave, if you want a mug, the first one's Pew Pewy. This one's a grenade. Coffee, tea, alcohol, agua, whatever your beverage of choice. Just don't pull it. But seriously, I have a limited supply of these, and then I'm going to start doing other stuff. Give me an email, realitynotfiction96@gmail.com. Just put it in the chat box. If you want a Pewy or a hand grenade. The problem with spirit guides is determining the truth, identity, and intention of the entity. And high sands, I believe we're all on a different level. I could show my father something on that I've captured, and he could say it's this, and I could say it's that. But in reality, we could both come into terms that it is a entity, but we might call it different things. I don't know. Again, like I said, after you lose somebody, I'm the oldest of my family, and I lost my mother at a very young age. And when she was sick, we all want to know what happens when you pass, right? But when you have a lot of time to kill, when you're in the hospital, you just kind of go down that rabbit hole, and you read books, and I reached out to people all over the world, and till this day, I find it fascinating because we don't know, but I've captured tons of shit on camera. Twilight, Andrew, there are several Elizabeth Aprils on YouTube. Sure. 1 second. And guys, like her channel. You guys had to be like, again, like, if you never saw a entity, if you don't believe in demons, or if you don't believe in fallen angel, like, this isn't something that you just jump into. And this is me saying this. She does it for a living, and she, in her content, she even tells, when she goes live, she says, if you're not, I'll post it for you guys. One sec, guys. Elizabeth April. Share. Copy. Back live. This like I said, guys, this Elizabeth April, this is one video. You know, like everybody has their thing too. Sue. Hey Sue from Dallas. How are you? Um wow, 2 hours. Holy crap. You guys, you know, feel free to check out her content, but let me know. Ask questions, Lee, about everything. Again, since we're talking about Elizabeth, um, over the next few days, I'll post a few things on this channel of my own content. And again, I don't know what they are, so you know, you guys, you guys could call them what they want. Um, but I've called, I call them entities because you know, sometimes they actually make you feel good. Like I'm not Superman. I'm a very positive person, but I'm human, right? Um, if I feel like, you know, like having a stressful day or something, and you know, if I'm in the woods late at night or something, and I'm not saying it's every time I'm out there, but I don't know. This is like real, like a heart to heart conversation. But sometimes, again, you know, it could be 2 o'clock in the morning if I'm out there in the woods and I see a unidentified fucking object. Excuse my language. Um, and how can this object make me feel good? You know, if I feel good from something, trust me. Like if it was evil, because I'm not. Trust me, you guys. Well, you guys never met me, but I doubt it's like an evil thing. I do believe in evil entities, but if it makes me feel good, you know, I feel I'm awake enough and powerful enough that that entity wouldn't want to fuck with me. Just saying. Area 51. Sue, did you see the documentary with Bob Lazar? I live like kind of in like an older house. It's probably or it's I live in like a 40-year-old out house here, and sometimes I hear shit. You know, certain times. Yeah, well, the whole reason why any civilian knows about Area 51 is from Bob Lazar. Secret Team 10. Yes. High Sands, yes. I'm not into like the paranormal, like I'm not like one of them people, but I've always found it interesting, especially again after losing, you know, my mom at a young age. Um, you know, Rex, you guys probably know Rex. He goes, uh, I don't know, whatever you believe in or whatever you want to do. I have one high sands. It tells you if there's some like something in the room. I wish, kid. I wish. I've always been for it, even when I was on that side of the law. Again, I don't judge anybody, but it goes by whatever job, in state and your local laws. It's been since high school, kid, unfortunately, for myself. Bill Cooper, see Russ. I'm catching up on all of the Bill Cooper stuff, and his stuff is great. God bless. Whew. Guys, Alex Jones. Some people love him. Some people hate him. Some people say he's paid by the Alphabet Agency. I'm on the fence with him. He has great guests on, but I don't know. I'm me, guys. Like, the whole voice thing. I don't know. I don't want anyone to get censored, but he made more money getting censored than he did in his past 10 years. But that's Alex Jones. But Bill Cooper, Behold a Pale Horse. It's free. You can listen to it on ebooks if you're driving, if you're whatever the hell you're doing, guys. Amazing. Behold a Pale Horse. Behold a Pale Horse came out in the 80s. I think the book might have came out in 91, but it was written in the 80s. He went from false flag school shootings to talking about JFK Jr. being alive, to talking about the only way that this country will get flipped upside down by electing a non-politician. This is all in one book. And the sad part is, if you Google, his name is William Cooper, but people call him Bill Cooper. They call him like a conspiracy theorist. He was born into a Patriot family. His father served. He served his country, and then he served warning about 9/11. 2 months after 9/11, he got shot. Bullshit. Bill Cooper, amazing guy. Frog says, I don't care for him. He flip-flops too much. And listen, Frog, the part about flip-flopping, I don't know about you, but like real talk, most of my, I'm open-minded, and I could give you, ask me about any topic, like we discussed tonight. But 10 years ago, 10 years ago, Frog, I thought totally different. 10 years ago. I was still brainwashed. I was not awake yet, I was all behind George Bush. I'm a conservative right now, but being 2019, I can't stand Bush. He's deep state. Just like the Democratic Party isn't the Democratic Party of your great-grandparents or grandparents. I'm just a truther. I'm a simple man. Man of the Constitution. Don't want to be fucked with. Don't fuck with we the people. And that's it. David Icke talked about satanic abuse in the government in 1990. I listened to a lot of David Icke. Agree with some things, on the fence about others, but as you should be. Bill Cooper, I mean, Sierra says, I think Deep State hijacked Alex Jones. Anybody who's at the top. Listen, guys, I do MMA. Joe Rogan, he was a truther. He told everything about the moon, about this, about that. He went public and said, he went public with some stuff. Next thing you know, a 180 on all his topics. I'm not all about that, guys. I'll cut you off in a second. Again, I just want the truth. I don't like being lied to. Face to, we're behind a machine right now. But face to face, if a loved one, if a boyfriend, if a girlfriend was lying to you every single day, you're going to stay with that person? I don't think so. So why should I, that's how I feel about all the, other people, channels. And the Mossad, they're not, I don't want to get too much into Q, but Trump knows all about Mossad. If you notice in some of his tweets, he has to act like he's on their page. In reality, you're like, why would he type that? Because he's in a game, guys. He's in a game. You think if he could sit back and counter every single thing they say, well, we will get anything done? No. And that doesn't mean that he's deceiving us, not trustworthy. Think about that was your father. I don't know who your uncle, whoever you're close to. If you're a woman, whatever, or a guy, whatever male figure, that was your father. That was your uncle, cousin, brother, who is a billionaire and chose a path of everybody loving him to saving America. Saving America. To everybody hating him. And it's one thing if you don't like him because he might tweet too much. I say that. I'm a big fan. But, like, stats don't lie. I don't care if you're black, Hispanic, fucking African. Like, these stats don't lie. So how can you talk shit? Hurt me with truth, don't comfort me with a lie. I wish I could pin your post right now, Miss Liberty. So true. And trust me, a lot of people, like a lot of my siblings, they're not woke. And we start talking about a topic and, they're not ready for it. And then at the same time, guys, people who are not awake, they always say, like, why would you want to be awake? If you're telling me the news is lying to you, the government's lying to you, like, I wouldn't want to live in that world. Once you become awake and as an adult, you realize, like, yeah, we have been lied to. But, deal with it. What are you going to do? Deal with it. Frog says he would be transparent, but tweets go with Q. It's codes. His tweets are, even when he's in like a line, he could be, he'll be like, oh, these are great people. I love Trump. I love Trump. Think about where you would be right now if we had Hillary Clinton. And again, he's not going to last forever, but politics, man, it's not just about, looking good, somebody speaking good. You got to know their policies. Back to Bill Cooper, that's what he said. People elect people because they're a good speaker. They might have nice teeth, they might look good, and you got to know facts, folks. You got to know facts. We have a socialist. Bill Cooper spoke about this. 1991. Cortez shouldn't even be in her position. There's a petition going around. You guys better sign it. I'm not forcing anybody, but if you're a patriot, you should sign it. All you got to do is put an email address. She's admitted socialist in our government. Admitted. Whew. God bless this country. Sierra, some people just don't want to be woken. Correct. Correct. Just like The Matrix. The Matrix came out in 1998. Think about it. It's so easy to take the blue pill. Watch your football game. Go to work. Take care of your children. You know? Like, don't worry about the shit that we talk about. Seriously. Think everything's true. There's I don't want to get into religion. The 4,200 that we know of. No, but like, that's why, you know, I just say, be open-minded. You know, don't lose sleep over shit. There's too much shit to you know, to look into. So don't you know, don't go down one rabbit hole. For you guys know, you guys are everyone right here is awake. I don't have to tell you guys. Lee's not no going back once you're awake. Just like The Matrix. If you take this pill, there's no turning back, right? Paraphrasing, or that's what he said in the movie. You take this pill, there's no turning back. You can't be on the fence. You're either awake or you're like all about the lies. Seriously, all joking aside, I feel like I'm in a different reality. So much to where I don't have any political conversations with 80% of my family members. Twilight, I've seen Elizabeth April before on Rex Channel. Correct. Yeah, she was on Rex Channel. Correct. You guys, yeah. I think I will have her on this channel then. At least everybody listening tonight, you guys are... I didn't... Everybody's on the same page, so... Again, guys, be, you know, I'm not telling you what to do, but, like, if you're here listening right now, like, you're open-minded. Seriously. If you're here right this second, you're open-minded. And, you know, if you could connect a little bit with her, a lot with her, maybe not so much. It's one podcast. It's not... You got nothing to lose. Just something to gain. Especially if you lost a loved one. You know, you could feel at peace, or... So, knowing what I know, kind of wish... I agree. Sue says, knowing what I know now, there are times I kind of wish I didn't know. That's how bad it is. But I do what I can to teach the truth, especially to young kids. It's tough, Sue, but I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go back. I'm at the point in my life, like I said, like, you're not focused, like, oh my God, everything's bad, everything's lying, everything's, oh my God. Like, you know, I'm an adult. And, you know, get in your lane and focus on X topic until the next X topic. And then when you have to come in contact with the outside world who are sheeple, that's not being fake. You know, you just can't talk like we're talking now. You know, because, you know, I really, again, guys, I'm the most humble person you'll ever meet. But it's not I. Everyone in this chat room right now, we're on a different level. Seriously, every single person in this room, you guys, we're on a different level. Kid says, we'll be emailing about the mugs, but I broke a phone, gotta call and see him. Alright, kid, thank you. Like I said, these are limited. I have a few of these, and then I'm going to switch over to a different... This is all me, and then I'm switching over to a company. So, just reality not fiction 96 at gmail.com. Reality not fiction at gmail.com. '96. Hold on. All right, guys. This is the long chat. You guys are awesome. Hi Sands says 911 woke me up. Hi Sands. How long into 911 woke you up? I mean, everybody believed the narrative on 911. How long did it take you? A year? Now I look at it and seriously, like, I feel like I'm living on a different dimension. There's zero, guys. Listen, I was a cop. I was a private investigator. There's zero plane in Shanksville, which is right near me. Zero evidence of a plane. The Pentagon, the most secured building in the world, that was a cruise missile. Do your own research into what part of the Pentagon that it hit. I'm not going to get into that deep. That was a cruise missile. That's why they released one frame. Cruise missile kind of looks like a plane. Forget about 1 and 2. How about building number 7? One of the tallest buildings in any city in America. 7 chairs on fire. 5:20 p.m. 9/11. We're going to pull it. We're going to pull it. Enough said. Counter anything I said. Building 7 woke me up. Building 7, correct. BBC was like... I'm laughing. I lost a buddy in 9/11. Almost every single day of my life, at a location that I go to, they dedicated this whole entire park. It's beautiful, in honor of this individual. So almost on a daily basis, again, he's not a family member, he's a buddy, but almost on a daily basis, I'm reminded of 9/11 when I see his name. And the sad part is, it's 2019. Where's your yellow vest? I did not see one protest. Too much fluoride in the water. Oh, man. If Hillary was president, then the whole U.S. will look like Paradise, California right now. I'm just worried about our Constitution, guys. Nancy Pelosi has so much shit. She's doing, again, you don't have to be a gun person. You don't have to be. You know, you might have, people watching right now, you might have never had the privilege, the honor to use one of these. There's only one thing better than using this outside, and that's with your significant other. Seriously, after you leave a range, you feel like a euphoria like you never felt before. I brought anti-gunners to the range, and they walked off like they just got like very simple. You know, you're for the Constitution or you're not. You can't pick and choose. Like, I like, freedom of speech, but the Second Amendment, I never really had it. I live in, it's simple. See, Russ, Nancy Pelosi, there's 5 different. She's bringing back the assault weapons ban. There's a lot on the table. And again, you guys are all in different states, but I mean, you have the fucking Jew saying pull it on pull it. What the fuck does pull it mean? Excuse my language. Seriously, what the fuck does whoever said pull it? The sad part is, you know, nothing, you know, no, there's zero consequences in this reality. Do I think in the next reality you may suffer? Yes. Don't ask me how, but pull it. What the fuck does pull it mean? 3 chairs on fire. On the biggest buildings in any American city. 3 chairs on fire. Fucking 4 blocks away. Give me a fucking break. All the fucking gold and the money was taken out. Guys, I went down that rabbit hole for years. That was probably my very first thing that woke me up, 9/11. I was in high school when that happened, and if you know, if you turn on the Discovery Channel now, like there's troops that are leaving their family, you know, and then they show a clip of 9/11. Like they're still fucking brainwashing people. If anyone messed with America, I'll be the first person to volunteer. As I did volunteer. Volunteer. I wasn't forced. I was volunteered. It changed my life. Over a lie. Frog says, we still have them in our sheriff. Frog, there's a big difference between a sheriff and a police department. Anyone in the sheriff's department, they're elected by the people. Right? They're elected. So if you want to become sheriff of your town, the people elect you. They're a different entity. Yeah, they're both police, but they're a different entity. So some sheriffs are on the deep state level, and some sheriffs are all about the Constitution. I did one of my, I think my second video on my main channel, I think it's at like 900,000 views in 4 weeks, of Pence doing a hand-to-hand transaction with the sheriff. He did, again, say what you want about Freemasonry. My father, you know, he likes the Masons, but he's a low level. See, Russ, I have my suspicions about Gowdy. I do. I love him. You could YouTube him. I love him. He grills people. But when he wanted out, when he did not have to be out, seriously, when he wanted out, then that's when I went down that rabbit hole. And unfortunately, I was woke. He was paid off. Very intelligent, very smart individual. Gives it how it is. Sounds great, but just like how Fox News always has, Lindsey Graham on. He's a red rhino. But whatever, you guys said it earlier, whatever the wind blows, he could be Pelosi's best friend, or he could be having Trump doesn't drink, or he could be having a Big Mac with Trump. These are people, you know, you can't trust. I want to tie my shoe in front of any of these people. Tie my shoe and I'll get stabbed in the back. It's a shame. Miss Liberty. 100%. Wow. I just got chills with what Lee just said. I was in high school when 9/11 happened, and my mother, she took me to a doctor's appointment, and I'll never forget this. At that time, all flights were grounded, and the only jet that we saw was a fighter jet. Something I'll never forget in my life. False flag, live. That was my reality at that time. Freaky. DB, what do you think about Donna Brazil? She's a piece of shit, scumbag. She needs to go. She needs to be dealt with accordingly. If I was Trump or somebody, if I was, in office, I would be all over that ass in a bad way. Being like, what the fuck does that mean? Madam Secretary, President, what the fuck does that mean? With all due respect, ma'am. Again, it's not like it's Cortez, where she's young and everyone's saying she might run, but she's too young right now. Whatever. Like Pelosi, there's no one ever talked about her being president. She's too old. Nobody even wanted her to be the Speaker of the House. So what the fuck are you talking? Excuse me. What are you talking about, Miss Brazil? Do you know something that I don't? You trying to be funny? Keep it up. Keep it up. See this red flag behind me? Secret Service, Marine Corps, and extra security that he had from when he was a billionaire prior to becoming POTUS. He's the most secured person in the world. Try something. I dare you. No, I don't dare you. God forbid. It's bad. It's the part that's disgusting, guys, is we've all had jobs, careers where you might not you might not like your manager, you might not like your supervisor, but you got to do what you got to do, right? You got to show up to work. He or she might be an asshole. You show up to work. In 2019, just because you're against the deep state, you're like, you can do whatever. Yeah. It gets me fired up, but at the same time, my president, POTUS is he's president, and that's fine. Hi Sands, the Dems are sick. In 2019, it's a disease. You guys know Louder with Crowder? He's a comedian, but he's a conservative. He just came back a couple days ago after taking like a month off. He's sick. He broke up with his girlfriend. He's got some bullshit like we all do. But he's number one comedian. Hey, plots. Stop. To change my mind. Louder with Crowder. I gotta take these pups out. Frog, the whole entire plan. Listen, we didn't speak about this tonight. The Fox Center, remember? Caught on fire. Electrical fire in DC. I never even made a video about that because it was about 0600. It was hours, like 2 hours before VP was about to be there. I'm not a fan of Pence, but I don't want nothing to happen to him. Very odd electrical fire. I mean, again, guys, you guys are smart. You know, you're not sheep. You know, puzzle piece, puzzle piece, puzzle piece, and then you start to get a picture, and you're like, oh shit. You know, leaving the country with 93 family members, mostly kids. That's what happened during when JFK got dealt with. Leaving during a shutdown. Why the fuck would you leave the country during a shutdown? 2, what else? Why would you piggyback Mike Pompeo? Right? Why would you piggyback Mike Pompeo? Why would you take not only 93 family members, but Adam Schiff, big eye freak? He's going down. I hope I'm. He's so deep state. Like, I don't even have to say anything. Adam Schiff. I would give anything to be a fly at Gitmo, or I don't even know if Gitmo is real with Q, right? But I do know that Trump is aware of what the fuck's going on. I would be a fly on the wall. Technically, like, we forget how strong we are. Like, oh, we shouldn't say this because that's not good. We got fucking Eric Holder saying kick them when they're down. We have Maxine Waters saying start a riot. Like, we're allowed to fucking talk, you know, conservatives. We're allowed to speak. Speak your mind. Speak your mind. Trump is a genius. No more biting your tongue. Be respectful, but at the same time, I'm not getting poked any longer. I am, Twilight. This is real. You know, you get poked so much until you're in the corner. Now gloves are off. The gloves been off with me. But what does that mean? That means fight back verbally. Take action accordingly. And that's where we are right now. You don't just let them, you know, the top cop of America, the top cop saying kick them. Like, who are you? Kick them? Okay. Try kicking me. Try kicking someone I love. Try kicking a stranger I'm with. See what will happen. Holder, I'll love to see you in public. I'll love to talk to you. Kick them when they're down. You know, you can't let them eat. Guys, you guys have to understand. Like, there's freedom of speech and there's harassment. If I'm at a table with somebody and someone's screaming in my face, you will be dealt with accordingly. Period. Seriously. I did a video on this like 4 months ago. I prayed. I believe I was in my vehicle. I prayed that they all get protection. First time ever, Sarah Huckabee, speaker, needed Secret Service protection. I prayed. That's all I did for a living, is security. That's all I know what the fuck to do. All about security, watching myself, protecting other people. My whole life. I'm like, why are you out to, how are you out to eat getting harassed? Where the fuck is your security? Right now they're just talking, but what if someone starts shanking? God forbid. God forbid. But that's how we have to think. Guys, my gloves are off, meaning I'm on their level. We could call names. It's freedom of speech. No more biting your tongue. Who said, they're saying kick us while we're down? The top cop of America? The piece of shit Eric Holder? Fuck you. I'll say to your face. Hi Sands says, I heard militia. They're all over the place, Hi Sands. They're all over. Seriously. Like, how much are you willing to take? Waiting. The top cop, guys, the top cop in America says kick him. Not some piece of shit, politician. The top cop. You kick me? Try kicking me. Try it. Calling for a riot? Guys, the closest city I'm close to is Philadelphia. I walked through, it's all on tape, a Antifa protest. I was by myself. You see my attire. Not one beta puss said anything to me. Not one. I'm not looking for trouble. I was walking to my destination. They were blocking the street, so I parked my vehicle and I exited to get to my destination. I'm not intimidated, but not one said nothing to me. Speak the truth, keep it short, keep it simple. Say it loud and wherever you can. Hoorah! Correct, Ted Cruz, Frog. Ted Cruz, correct. When Ted Cruz was out, he said, God bless, God bless. What if you were saying God bless and someone went right to your neck? It's not like they can't afford security. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anyone on either side to get hurt. Unless it's by the law. If it's by the law, hey, no. If you did wrong, I'm done, guys. I know my place, though. Like, I know where, I know what I can say and what to do. Again, accordingly. I know where they are. I know where I'm at. If they move, I move. What did Pelosi call us? Collateral, yeah. Collateral damage. Correct, Frog. The reason we aren't seeing more... Correct, Frog. Sue. I pray. I see, like, I want to see someone, like one of these people on the streets. I have that video of I was in Philadelphia, walking to my destination, during a protest. Twilight, it's easier to swallow a blue pill than a red pill. It's easier to believe a lie than the truth. Trust me. I'm fully awake. Again, we're all on different levels. But I kind of start with 9/11. If a individual doesn't believe the narrative, okay, that person probably can be saved. But don't intimidate them. Just appreciate that person for being open-minded, and then slowly release. You don't have to overwhelm that person with information, because it's hard for me. Sometimes I do this every day, and I'm very thick-skinned and trained to deal with stress. But being the truther, sometimes you just got to go for a walk. See, Russ, it's not anger, it's emotion. It's emotion. I love my country. And I won't, and again, I'm just sitting I'm sitting down talking. You didn't see anger. With all due respect, brother. We're all on the same page here. We're all family. They step up their game. The gloves are off with me. I'm gonna leave now. Guys, this is my probably longest chat ever. Thank you everybody who's been listening. You guys are amazing. My gloves been off. And again, what do gloves? What does that? The gloves are off, meaning you're whatever. You go to their level. Don't let anybody in your space. Don't let anybody wear what you want, guys, in public. I'm not giving advice, especially for the women, because I protect women in today's society that, women are the same people. Actually, we're not. Frog, hi Sands, Miss Liberty, C. Russ, Sue, C. Russ, Twilight, Miss Liberty, KBC, Lee. Again, this is a record for me. I know there's some people that join us at the top of the hour. Thank you, guys. Thank you, gals. Julia, I'm 32 years old, and I'm single, but into plots in today's society, they're all beta boys. Like my siblings, you would think we're two different entities. By being respectful, holding the door, opening a car door, in today's society, that's bad. But you guys are great. All joking aside, I've held Gillette. That died last week. Typically, I don't have a beard, and then I got this other shit. Gillette's done. I'm done with Gillette. It's been a pleasure. All right, guys. Thanks, guys. Patriots, you guys broke a record. Be safe. Be vigilant. God bless all you guys. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks, guys.